Good, happy Tuesday morning, October 27, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday morning, so let's begin. But first, we begin with COVID-19 updates. 2 more COVID-19 deaths reported, 77 new cases confirmed. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
In times like these, we're all spending more time with family and more time working our land.
Tonight, New Hampshire's test positivity rate stands at 1.6%. That's double yesterday's rate, although it's still among the lowest positivity rates in the country. Good evening, I'm Monica Hernandez.
And I'm Tom Griffith. The state reporting 77 new positive results, helping keep active cases just above 1,000 for the second day in a row. 8 of today's new cases are children.
25 people are hospitalized right now, and 2 more people linked to long-term care facilities have died.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Now let's take a look at COVID-19 in New Hampshire, what you need to know. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 10,397 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 8,695,375 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 475 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 768 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 225,634 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Nashua, 79. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Nashua, 1169. And now let's take a look at these 3 charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalization. In red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases. And in the orange, current hospitalization. And let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple. Total positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths, and blue, recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate and daily PCR tests. Let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of the COVID-19 information. Surge of hockey players seeking COVID-19 test overwhelms some sites. Manchester health officials ask players to go elsewhere, hockey organization says. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Amy Cavino.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Bell-Tate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at belltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
9 o'clock this morning, I got a phone call from somebody at the Manchester Health Department asking me to stop sending people to them.
Last week, Hockey League organizers thought they had a state mobile testing site arranged for the 20,000 plus players, coaches, and staff. But HHS had to retract the offer, so leagues are going wherever they can, by the thousands.
We've now clogged up their test sites. They do not have any available appointments anymore for any people that are truthfully sick or think they might be sick.
League organizers don't agree with the mandate or understand it, but are very determined to do whatever it takes to get their kids back on the ice.
Kids haven't had a whole lot of normalcy in their lives given this pandemic. I think it's so important for their physical and mental health well-being to be able to get on the ice and see one another in a safe manner.
Lisa Horn of the Manchester Regional Youth Hockey Association says broad-based surveillance testing is not required for schools, employers, voting locations, or rally participants. So why hockey?
We know that hockey is a little bit different in that we've had a number of outbreaks and clusters for the past several months, and we've had a large number of cases that have been associated with hockey.
Patricia Tilley from New Hampshire DHHS says 180 COVID cases have been linked to hockey. The state is not breaking out hockey test results separately and is not planning to assess the results for a study on asymptomatic spread.
That is not the intent right now, to do a surveillance study around hockey. Really, our goal is to make sure that hockey is safe for everybody.
Hockey League organizers tell News 9 they're not required to turn their COVID test results into the state. They're simply required to keep them on file for the next 30 days. In Manchester, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Granite State businesses giving time for employees to vote, volunteer at polls. Business owners taking part in Day for Democracy. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Now is the time to add another Chevy to your driveway at Bentley Chevrolet. Buy a new 2020 Chevy Silverado 4x4 LT Double Cab All-Star Edition pickup, nicely equipped, just $38,492.
It's called a Day for Democracy. The nonpartisan initiative, founded from CEOs across the country, encourages business leaders to take a pledge to increase voter registration and participation of their employees. So far, some 360 companies with more than 1.6 million employees have signed on, including Major League sports teams like the Red Sox and Celtics. It has also expanded to New Hampshire.
You know, this happens every 4 years, and it's a big responsibility.
Kathy Schmidt is the executive director and CEO of McLean Middleton. The Manchester-based law firm is giving its 230 employees time off to vote or volunteer at the polls.
With the pandemic, this is a very different year, and so we got out all the options, where the polling locations are, also how to apply for a ballot through the mail. So we got all those resources out.
And McLean Middleton is not alone. Dozens of other Granite State businesses representing more than 10,000 employees also took the pledge.
This is one of the most important things we do as citizens.
Paul LeBlanc, president of SNHU, says his team is making sure the thousands of employees at the university have the resources to vote.
There are two things that our employees really ask for. First of all, they ask for the time. So we've made time much more flexible. If you're an hourly employee, we've made time, we set aside time so that you can do that, so you can get out and vote. But we've also given them good information. There's a lot of misinformation about voting right now.
A Day for Democracy says it does not advocate voting for any particular candidate or party. Tim Callery, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Interlakes parents upset with decision to end fall sports. School officials say decision made to prevent spread of COVID-19. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
school sports began here in the Interlakes School District, safety protocols were put in place, but despite that, the district has decided to stop playing games as of Saturday.
The kids were all sad, they just wanted normalcy back, and were angry about it. It just didn't seem fair at all.
The school superintendent sent out a letter explaining the decision. She says all fall sports have been cut short, which includes some seasonal games, and they will not be playing in the playoffs to help control the spread of COVID-19. Some parents are disappointed and tried to fight back by starting a petition.
In under 10 hours, we had over 250 signatures of people who had either been here before, were residents here.
The superintendent says many parents have shown concern, and that was taken into consideration.
I think it was a little bit underhanded because it was kind of last minute, so that by the time most of the parents could react, it was too late, so to speak. All the cancellations had been made, and it was too late to reinstate anything.
According to the letter, one of the reasons behind the decision was the COVID transmission rate in Merrimack County. If teams in the Interlakes School District advanced in the playoffs, they would be required to travel. The letter says it's better to make this decision now rather than back out later.
We know there's an inherent risk with kids playing sports, just like kids going to school every day. But we don't feel, or at least I don't feel, that that decision should be made for them.
The superintendent says that sports teams may want to consider doing a local food drive for a pantry or doing something else to support the community to do something meaningful together. Reporting in Meredith, Christine Carosa, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Federal grant to help pair local veterans with a comfort dog. Hero Pups in 4th year of raising comfort dogs for veterans. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact and subcompact tractors. Our reliable
There's Mangus and Poppy, Blocky, Frank, and even these fluff balls. Each and every one of them will soon be a best friend and a comfort to a veteran or first responder in need.
Yes, we want to help the dogs, but we are a people-based organization.
For the past 4 years, Hero Pups in Exeter has trained and paired 92 support or comfort dogs, most of them rescues, with people suffering from post-traumatic stress or other challenges.
There's something about the healing process of a dog, a cat, therapeutic animals.
The pandemic has been tough on some veterans, dealing with the loneliness of isolation. Hero Pups has also suffered financially while demand increased. Governor Sununu was on hand to celebrate a big boost for the organization. Using federal CARES Act money, Swim with a Mission is giving Hero Pups more than $260,000 to make up for losses and to pair an additional 26 dogs with our nation's heroes.
As long as we have veterans that are struggling with any of these mental health issues, we're going to keep raising money.
I'd like you to meet 14-week-old Pumpkin. She is adorable and a bundle of joy. She's one of 23 dogs in training right now. Oh, thank you. Who very soon will go to the home of a loving veteran.
Nobody here gets a paycheck. There's no administration. We have very little overhead. So a grant like this goes directly to the care of the dogs and being able to provide the veterans the training necessary to work with their dogs.
In Exeter, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Stock features rise slightly after market sell-off aimed uptick in COVID cases. U.S. stock features rose slightly in overnight trading on Monday following the market's massive sell-off. Judge Amy Cohen Barrett confirmed as Supreme Court Justice. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
We are
following the other major headline from Washington tonight. The Senate has now voted President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, confirmed in record time. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had already told Republicans that Democrats won't be able to do much about this for a long time to come. ABC's Terry Moran covers the Supreme Court for us. He has late-breaking developments tonight.
David, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, now Justice Amy Coney Barrett, with the swearing in tonight at the White House and another swearing in at the Supreme Court tomorrow. It was a bitterly divided Senate that confirmed her 52-48, only one Republican crossing over to the Democrats. And it's a record. No Supreme Court justice has ever been confirmed this close to an election. She becomes the fourth woman to sit on the Supreme Court, the third Trump justice. It's a major accomplishment for the president, no doubt about it. And she'll get to work right away. Within 1 week from Election Day, she will hear a challenge to the Affordable Care Act, which could end coverage for pre-existing conditions for 130 million Americans, and likely election law challenges that could decide who wins the election. David?
Terry Moran covering the court for us tonight. Terry, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.